Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to some more Let's Play Thief Deadly Shadows. In the last episode, we made our way to Captain Moria's mansion from a hidden cliffside dock we had read about in the Abysmal Gale's manifest. The captain himself did not survive, apparently, his last voyage aboard the Abysmal Gale, and we had learned that the Compendium of Reproach, or something that sounds very similar to it, might have been taken as loot by the captain when he had discovered a cave. This cave had been discovered by the keepers some time ago, and was the location of, potentially, the Compendium. The captain had no way to open it, and has stored it in a secret room, along with, I suppose, the last, or not the last, but some portion of his saved up wealth, in case something had happened to him on the high seas. The captain is not a nice man, in so much that he admitted to being less of a merchant vessel and more of a pirate one. But he cared very much for his wife, and never told Edwina about what he had been doing out on the ocean. We've met Edwina, and she is a bit gone at the moment. She is in a hard way. She let on, however, when we had visited her, that... Hold on a second, everyone.
God, oh no! I didn't take it, but I just know they're gonna blame me. They'll can me for sure.
Oh, poor girl.
What am I doing? Even if something's here, what's a servant like me gonna do about it? Why's the light off?
This Victrola was in their
Well, I doubt there
quarters
was
here,
ever anything there.
their bedroom.
It's for the best, really.
And upon listening to it, we got to hear the captain speak to whom he believed was Edwina. He let her know that there is a secret room. It can be activated by pressing a button in the den that they have here, and it will open a door in a different room for a limited amount of time. That room contains a bit of wealth that the captain has managed to save up over the years, as well as a compendium we are interested in. We've learned that there's a few servants working for Edwina and the captain. Who do not have the captain's wife's best interests at heart, shall we say. They're looking to, it sounds like, take several things from the mansion. We've also learned that the location of where all three of the special loot items are in this level. The telescope is in the rotunda. We've seen a silver mirror that belongs to the captain's wife, and there's a lucky coin that was given to a rather stalwart
Was that?
servant and or guard.
Hello. Give
I
me a
guess it's
break.
quieted down.
remember that at the end of the last episode, I had mentioned that I am going to not take the mirror, as I believe that should remain with Edwina. And I am not going to steal more than, hopefully, 60% or so of the loot in this level.
Hey, how'd you get in here? You won't get far.
Well, this sucks.
There he is. Come on, get him.
So frustrating how often I've been discovered in this particular mission. Well, at least that's another pair eliminated. With another gas bomb. That's 5 people incapacitated so far, and 1 of our 2 blackjacks used. Receipt for cargo ship Abysmal Gale. Captain Moria for his regular due 40 parts per haul to bring up to his house the Overlook Mansion. 1 flask whale oil. 100 haddocks on salt, that sounds delicious. 1 gold slab with a strange bit of writ on it that could not be broken apart, so Captain M agrees to take less split on the other haul. 4 woven baskets. 3 bottles good brandy. Duly signed and approved by Emerus Doolittle, Docker's assistant. Objective complete. 60% of the loot has been taken. Exactly 60%. We still need the Nerid. So we are going to make our way to take that. The captain's den is across this hall.
Uh-oh. The lady's going to be awful mad when she hears that's missing.
Quiet night. Oh.
That's a relief. For a while, I thought there was something there.
We're gonna put him with the rest of the guards that we've knocked out down here so far. Sure what to do about this gentleman. That's the gallery that we've heard about. We need to get in there. Have I searched? I think I have searched everything, everyone. That is probably the kitchen. Very thiefy of me to be knocking out so many people, but the alternative is to let them chase me throughout the mansion, and I definitely don't want that guard being here. I want no one to know that the secret exists except for me and Edwina. No more loot, Tim. You said no more loot. Don't take any more loot. It sounds like air to me behind that bookshelf.
Someone there?
Oh! What do I do? I know.
Hey, you're not the cook.
Oh, I thought you were the cook. Let's make sure no one comes in here.
That's got to be the compendium.
Edwina, if you're reading this, it's because I'm gone. But fear not, for I have provided for you. The money in the chest will keep you surrounded by servants. There's a golden slab, too, but it's a mystery to me. It could be some kind of fool's gold or enchanted. You won't need it, though, not with that chest filled with coin. Yours forever, Robert. The widow needs the money in the chest in the captain's secret room to survive. But she doesn't need the compendium. I can't remember quite how this works, everyone. We took a key from her. I'm a little nervous that it's for this chest. I'm gonna open the chest, but not take what's in it. Okay, the key's not for this, or we would have actually automatically opened it. I'll leave her this chest. I don't even want to look in it. We will, though, take this. And with that, all of our objectives are completed except leaving the Overlook Mons. Even the very first time I played this mission, I could not bring myself to take Moria's treasure, and I was forced to play this mission again on a lower difficulty setting to not take it. I refused to do so. It just felt wrong to me to do it. And it turns out something happens if you do or don't take the loot, which we will see at some point up ahead during a different adventure. I like that the game lets you take that gold if you want it. Put Garrett as you would like. And if you're 100%ing the loot, you'll take that loot. It feels so wrong to me, but not everyone plays Garrett the same way I do.
I've stolen the compendium, but I can't read it any more than Captain Moira could. I'll have to bring it back to the Keepers. Besides, I want to see the look on their faces when I hand it over. They've been searching for years, and I found it in one night.
Technically, Garrett, you had a lot of help, and also Moria brought it back to you, to a location you could access, where it would still be in whatever cave was out on the ocean that Moria found. But who's really paying attention to that sort of thing? Let's see, how'd we do? 72% of the loot taken. Okay, the Nereid was worth probably 10%. 400? Yeah, 10%. Just about 10% of the loot was the telescope itself. Caught 9 times. Well, Bruno, it's good to know some things never change. It wouldn't be a thief mission without me being seen by people. And most of them, apparently. It's so bad, man. What the heck? I used to be a lot better at this game. Knocked out 2 people, which is good. Once again, I'm saying 3, but I would prefer to blackjack just 2. I will only blackjack a 3rd if I absolutely must and I can't use any gas items because I'm out of them. But that shouldn't be a problem going forward. 29 times caught. Come on now. 4 opponents killed. 6 zombies. Zombies count as opponents killed. Okay. And 4 of them were stealthy kills. Right, we were seen by 1 zombie, and we had to defend ourselves. Speaking of which, by the way, you don't turn into a zombie in this world, to my knowledge, if a zombie gets you, or bites you, or hits you. You get turned into a zombie if you die, and there's a ritual or curse in effect that brings you back. Alright, well, let's go ahead and do a little more, since that didn't take too long, that part. And this is not our room. We apparently brought the compendium back to the Keepers already. Well, I'm going to want to at least visit our home, make sure that we put all the lights out. Maybe we stopped by there before we arrived here. But since we're here, and we hear that strange sound... That's the sound of a glyph. Maybe we can see where that glyph is.
An actual page removed, torn out. It hardly seems believable. Yet Elder Grimm's
The Forbidden Library.
like he already knew the chronicles had been tampered with.
If we're detected in here, it's game over for us. We need to be really careful about what we do and don't do in this location.
How goes it?
I would hazard that if we want anything here, it's mostly knowledge that we're interested in.
The keepers are wasting their time writing about me. I'm a thief, and a good one, but I've got nothing to do with their prophecies.
The Matter of Garrett by Keeper Draco. Familiarizing yourself with Garrett's history and capabilities could prove essential should the time come when we no longer deem him necessary. Garrett studied with us until his early 20s, at which time he was offered the chance to proceed with the indoctrination ceremony and become a keeper. However, he lacked balance and instead expressed his intention to leave. The council voted we deal with him using the enforcers, until Kotica informed us that Garrett was essential to overcoming difficult times ahead. That's interesting. We'll see what that would have entailed in the future, folks. It's not a nice ending, though, for Garrett, if they had decided to go through with that. And so our most promising acolyte left us. Garrett pursued the life of a criminal, and with keeper training that we had given him, he quickly became a master thief. His abilities did not escape attention of certain individuals, and he was lured into a pagan plot that threatened the safety of the city. During that time, Garrett's eye was removed and used to power the Eye, one of the artifacts we are studying. See Ogilvy's treatise on sentience for more regarding the artifacts. After the threat was neutralized, Garrett obtained a mechanical eye from the Hammerites. Later, his thieving abilities revealed an excessive imbalance within the Hammerite Order. See the Mechanist Metal Age for more on this topic. True to Kotico's predictions, Garrett had the abilities necessary to remove the threat and overcome our second trial. Now Kotica has predicted a third Dark Age, and she believes Garrett will play a critical role. Though the glyphs have yet to reveal if he will influence the outcome positively or negatively.
Elder Blake.
Keeper Logan.
I would talk with you a minute, in private.
We are quite alone. Proceed.
The research you requested, it has been completed.
And?
There are references to the last of all glyphs, and you were right. Only the one can activate it.
The one true keeper? That is good. A single person is easier to stop than several, or an unlimited number.
Yes, but there is more. The books say that the original keepers devised the final glyph as a safeguard against keeper corruption. In the readings, this seems synonymous with the Dark Age. What could it mean?
Keeper Logan, even you should know that the prophecies can sometimes be wrong. In the case of keeper corruption, it is of course unthinkable.
Of course. Unless...
It is unthinkable, Keeper Logan. You must remember that, especially if there are dark days to come.
Of course. In all things, Elder Blake, may you have balance.
And you. Must have a scribe replace that torch.
I'm not sure where she is. her. We can't knock her out. Not allowed to do that here. They will immediately suspect that we did it. Keeper Dover, journal entry number 2136. I should have known better than to bring it up in front of the entire council. Still, my words had some effect. At least now there is the resolution forbidding it. I believe that will cause many to think twice should a temptation arise. Meanwhile, we should all be on the watch for the telltale signs. The dead animals, their life forces drained. It is not a love of creatures that compels me to speak out. No, they are pitiable, but inconsequential. I only can speculate on how long a keeper could extend a normal lifespan in this way. 100? 200 years? Maybe longer? But it would take more than vermin to accomplish that. And now that I possess the knowledge, can I truly say I too am not tempted? This is why I cannot remain silent. That and the glyph that Elder Beryl speculates must exist, though we have yet to find one that enables shape-shifting. What a potent elixir of glyph magics that would be.
Interrupt my studies. There you are. Give up trouble quietly. Where do you think you're going?
Alright, well, that's it. Mission failed. Not allowed to be detected in the library. Darn it. Alright, well. And the game, of course, Fraps doesn't record the zone transitions because the game kind of tries to load the loading screen, and what that does is that stops the recording. And so, well, what I did was I laughed, what I'm gonna do now, and said, you know what, I'm just too tired. It might be a little too difficult for me, with the difficulty being as increased as it is, and how awful it was for me to get detected that way. I also normally stop the video at this point, but guys, it turns out when I went and checked, we've got like another 25 minutes we can fit into this video. So we're gonna try this again. There's no reason why we can't do it. At the very least, I'd like to get back to where we were and read the things I read already. So let's give this another go. Although I will click on the books we read before, but I won't obviously read them again. Well, out loud to you guys. I do wonder why the library is forbidden. It must be only accessible with some very specific permissions from some keepers who wouldn't question what was read here. On that note, the conversation that we heard between those two keepers about how keeper corruption is unthinkable sounds very cult-like to me.
The keepers are wasting their time writing about me. I'm a thief, and a good one, but I've got nothing to do with their prophecies.
Elder Blake.
Keeper Logan.
I would talk with you a minute in private.
We are quite alone. Proceed.
The research you requested, it has been completed.
And?
There are references to the last of all glyphs. And you are right. Only the one can activate it.
The one true keeper? That is good. A single person is easier to stop than several, or an unlimited number.
Yes, but there is more. The books say that the original keepers devised the final glyph as a safeguard against keeper corruption. In the readings, this seems synonymous with the Dark Age. What could it mean?
Keeper Logan, even you should know that the prophecies can sometimes be wrong. In the case of keeper corruption, it is of course unthinkable.
Of course. Unless...
It is unthinkable, Keeper Logan. You must remember that, especially if there are dark days to come.
Of course. In all things, Elder Blake, may you have balance.
And you. Must have a scribe replace that torch.
As it is written, may you scribe well tonight.
I'm going to be a little more careful this time. Oh, interesting. That's who saw me. I didn't even think there was a keeper here.
Fellow Keeper, go with balance.
So many disagreements these days. I've never known keepers to forget the important things so easily. Where's our balance?
It would probably be for the best if we go that way. Around them.
Glyphs were saved for study.
Try to keep an eye on him.
The Pagan Situation by Keeper Tallow. The pagans had begun to infiltrate into more areas using decaying infrastructure to mask their presence. They now have sanctuaries in almost every district. Diane, their high priestess, was a successor to the pagan leadership after the wood nymph Victoria was desiccated. Diane's is often seen with a staff, although it has not been available for study. Her commander, Larkspur, is aggressive and dangerous. The two control a large number of shamans who invoke the powers of plants both to hurt and to heal. I believe the pagans are able to accelerate plant growth such that it could rapidly culminate in a great imbalance. Recommend further observation. Make sure there's nothing patrolling in that area ahead of us. We'll stay here for a little bit and just watch. There is a keeper up there. Does he walk in this direction? Back and forth across the landing.
How goes it? May you scribe well tonight.
He's the only keeper here. We can read that book without putting the light out when he crosses that landing again.
Not what I would call a balanced response to the situation. He has so little control.
Guiding Acolytes to Their Destiny. Part 7. Enforcers. The Will of the Keepers. The call of the Enforcer is a strong one. Those who wish to augment their strength and swiftness, and those who wish to protect their balance at all costs, are drawn to this dominion. Acolytes should note that once indoctrinated, an Enforcer can only communicate telepathically. The Enforcer's education consists of all manner of stealth training, and specialized weaponry must be mastered. After taking the vow, the glyphs are applied, and the transformation takes place immediately. Once converted by the glyphs, there is no known way of countering the changes. Elders who are guiding acolytes along this path should take care in revealing the most sensitive aspects of the sacrifices involved. Let them know every single thing that they will lose when they do this and what they'll gain.
It is unseemly and I told them the volumes were missing. So why did Keeper Morgan act surprised during the meeting when it was brought up again?
That looked like a child to the left. That would be Gamal.
Well, nothing burns forever.
It's probably not worth sneaking in to see Kautica. Let alone trying to speak with her would be forbidden. And I doubt Kautica, even she, who seems interested in what we will do, would probably be happy to have us sneak into her room. We're going to follow the little girl and see what the room looks like very quickly. I'm not sure if we can sneak past her. Like, hugging the wall here might not be enough. It's not possible. Unless we sneak past her while she's there on the landing. That I'm not so comfortable with attempting. Well, it's not going to happen, guys.
Oh well.
Where can the ancestries have been filed? Nothing seems to be in its proper place of late. Fellow keeper.
It occurs to me that we did not find a map up here, and I thought for sure there was one. I suppose we will make this attempt, then. Looks like Kautica is out at the moment. Gamal must be waiting for her to return. That's a very interesting sound, like a heartbeat. Oh. And there's a button. I don't think I've ever seen that button before. We can potentially risk pressing it, but I'm gonna wait for Gamal to leave. I'm guessing that opens a secret passage here. hope, Tim, there's another way out of this, because you just locked yourself in if there is not.
A secret room, eh? Always my favorite room in a house.
Thorson. An acolyte scribed this passage yesterday. Sound familiar? Meet me. Isolde. The safeguard against the evil ones will be found, the last of all glyphs that all can view but none can see. The eye will be borne by the one who will not yet bear the mark. Between the two none shall come until the unwritten times are upon us. Well, Tim, there is no lever on this side.
Oh well.
We'll check for a button here, everyone, but otherwise we'll just have to reload again. And I will off-screen going not quite this far. We didn't take anything here because I feel like we shouldn't. This is all temptation. But if we were to take anything, even if the game lets us get away with it, I feel realistically the keepers would become immediately suspicious. So that is why you don't see me taking anything in the library. And there is in fact no button. So unless this torch can be moved once out, and it cannot be. Alright guys, I will be right back. Alright guys, I forgot. I had a quick save here. I forgot I actually put one. So we don't have to, I didn't have to crawl all the way back up here. Sneaking past Gamal to go into Katika's chambers looks like it didn't reveal anything interesting. So we will let those chambers exist without any snooping. I myself was just going to go until I noticed that there was no map there. We must have missed it in a different area. Unless we picked it up in a completely different zone. And that's interesting. Reloading the game has changed the position, the direction at which this gentleman's walking. Unless he always did that and I never noticed before. Yeah, interesting. He was walking on this side earlier. Now he's patrolling on that one. Unless it's random. Oh, there's the map. I think that's it right there.
Fellow keeper, go with balance.
Transcript of Keeper Council Meeting 1054/36. Roman numerals that end in a 7. I can't read it. I don't know what an X or an L is. Xavier. Keeper Beryl has the floor. Beryl. I thank the Council and the First Keeper. Today, I have prepared a report on the backgrounds of several missing keepers. My goal was to find common elements in their research that might lead to an explanation for their disappearances. Although there was no one thing they had in common, I believe I have found at least tangential evidence that they could be related. I'll start with Keeper Dover, whom you remember for his rather unpopular theories about the nature of prophecy, and especially his interest in corruption. Keeper Tabor interrupts at this point. Keeper Beryl, the Council does not need a discourse on each missing Keeper. Have you found a common element to their research or not? Beryl. Well, it's not that simple. I was trying to explain Sovine. Perhaps Keeper Beryl has found several themes they all had in common. Beryl. If the Council pleases, I have organized a report and would like to continue with my presentation. Tabor. I move that this information be disseminated outside the Council forum, so each of us can review Beryl's findings separately. If necessary, this subject can be brought up at subsequent meetings. Beryl. With respect to Keeper Tabor and all those present, this very subject has been delayed by the Council before, and I, Xavier. Enough. This meeting will be adjourned for now. Keepers Tabor and Beryl report to me in my quarters immediately. Delaying. While I feel stealing loot from here is a bit too much, I think we can get away with stealing some supplies. And he does patrol randomly.
As it is written, may you scribe well tonight. Whatever else they may say of the new scribes, their penmanship is impeccable.
Have we grown so careless then? Just idle fancies. Perhaps my mind grows weaker in its old age.
I want her to walk back up and back down again.
Fellow Keeper.
We'll follow her
Fellow
down.
Keeper.
So many disagreements these days. I've never known keepers to forget the important things, not so easily. Where is our balance? Oh! Who is that I see? It's you! I will end...
Alright, we gotta do this again. I thought I was a little too close to her when she turned. I will need to be on her left side. This way when she turns to the right, she doesn't see me. Okay. Oh. Rough. Very rough. The mods I've installed fixed the difficulty settings for this area of the city. Normally, the hub areas of which this is a part always go to normal mode when you were playing them in the original game. The fix I have...
I trust your studies go well. Unseemly. And indicative of someone with ambitions. Not the Keeper way.
restores it to make sure it is of the same difficulty as that you had set. So it's hard for us. And remember that I have increased the detection of the AI by 60%, which is going to make it a lot more difficult than playing this on with the Tifa patch and just normal expert mode. I like it. It requires a lot more planning.
Whatever else they may say of the new scribes, their penmanship is impeccable. Try to keep an eye on him.
Hey, hello. Who is it? Probably nothing. No matter, it is gone now.
Moss arrows apparently do something to people in this game. What the heck was that?
I trust your studies go well. Elaborate. The old
Okay,
robes were
that's
good
interesting.
savior.
I'll have to watch what happens the next time I shoot a moss arrow at someone. I guess it stuns them or something. Okay, I'm glad no one saw my face, which was horrified that we just made ourselves detected. Thankfully, she got over it rather quickly. Maybe we can pretend that she believed it was just dust. I think we've already read everything here. Let's eavesdrop though. And see if any other keepers are speaking about what we have just done.
The Compendium of Reproach.
I did not expect it recovered. Not in my lifetime.
It should be delivered to Kaduka immediately for study.
Yes, most unfortunate. Still, I cannot help but admire his accomplishment. Recovering it could not have been easy.
But the timing could not have been worse. The council should discuss it.
Agreed.
Okay, so that's just about the Abysmal Gale.
First Keeper Orland this, First Keeper Orland that. As if we should forget.
That was the delaying about more information about the keepers that we had read about earlier. I always feel like in games when they provide you with an automatic means of travel versus manual in terms of an elevator or a ladder, particularly, that you should always take the elevator, or at least I would. It saves you time and travel and effort. And it just occurs to me, we didn't read this book last time we were here, did we? Keeper Rafe, journal entry number 6145. Why hasn't the council assigned a team for my expedition? They know the dangers, how the area is swarming with strange creatures, else why lock the entrance so carefully? How can I do it alone? Still, they must have their reasons. The Sunken Citadel holds many secrets, and though I am afraid, I also long to journey there again. Most importantly, of course, is the glyph key. How many years has it lain underground? Decades? We were so close with the first expedition. If only we hadn't been attacked, we'd have the key now, and Keeper Soledad would still be alive. Her death must not be in vain. I will retrieve the key successfully on this next venture.
Well, if this guy thought the glyph key was in this sunken citadel, I don't see why I shouldn't go look there. Sounds like it might be a profitable trip.
Love the way Garrett phrases things. Always looking for a little more coin for his pockets. And I've already shown where that is. Alright guys, so we will stop here. Looks like we eventually managed to get in through the Keeper Forbidden Library. Thank you guys for watching. We come back, we'll go back to the hub, we'll visit the shops, and we may actually start...
Greetings, revered elder.
...the next mission. Well, I'll have to see if we will or won't do so, though. If only because it will be in the hub areas for a while. I'm babbling. Thank you again for watching, everyone. Take care.